Hello, everybody. It's me, Susan Tisdale. Lots to discuss this morning. Gonna wait for a few people to come on. Let's just say I'm not happy. Hi, everybody. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. So some of you may be aware of what has transpired since late last night. There is an author who has plagiarized famous authors, Courtney Milan, Belle Andre, Tessa Dare, and Michelle Pillow. Lord only knows how many others, other works have been stolen. I did post earlier a link to Courtney Milan's blog that shows the absolute blatant plagiarism. This isn't a one-off. This isn't a line here and a line there. There is no way this Cristiane Serruya, I know I'm saying her name wrong, I'm sorry. There's no way that she can say anything like, well, I must have read it in a previous work and it must have stuck with me. It's not that kind of plagiarism where it's just one or two lines. This is out and out, passage after passage after passage after passage. It didn't even bother to switch words around. Okay, this is just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So Twitter, as you can imagine, is exploding at the moment. And Miss Serruya, I know I'm saying her name wrong, I'm so sorry, has responded with the following tweet. I just woke up to distressing news that my work has plagiarism from other authors. I am taking down all the works I did with a ghostwriter on Fiverr, who, by the way, has closed the account until I have made certain this is solved. Okay, lots of problems with this tweet. Lots of problems with this entire situation. Number one, Cristiane Serruya says on her Amazon page that she is a lawyer. I don't know a lawyer worth his or her salt who would just sign away something without reading it. That's problem number one. Problem number two, you don't get to call yourself an author if you haven't written one damn word of any of your books. You do not get to call yourself a USA Today best-selling author when you haven't written one damn word of the work that got you there. You do not get to tout yourself as an author if you have never sat your ass down in front of a computer screen for hours and hours and hours and hours and just poured out your guts, your heart, your soul, your blood, your sweat, your tears into your work. You are calling this your work. It's not your work, Cristiane. If what you're saying is true, that you hired ghostwriters from Fiverr, of all freaking places, you don't get to call this your work. How dare you think we are this freaking stupid and this gullible? This, I believe nothing that's going to come out of your mouth right now. Not a word. I'm not believing that you're a lawyer. I'm not believing you're married. Not believing you have kids. I'm not believing any of this. And I'm definitely not believing that you're an author in any way, shape, form, or stretch of the imagination until you can prove to me that you actually sat down and wrote any of the books that you have published. You are not an author. Now, anybody who would like to argue my point about ghostwriters, go ahead. I got no problem. Yeah, I do. I do have a problem. I don't have a problem with the ghostwriters themselves. That really, truly isn't my issue. My issue today, my issue at this moment is someone who puts herself out there as an author, someone who puts herself out there as one of us, when all along she's been hiring this work done. Now, she hasn't answered any of my questions. I want to know how many works she's actually written, and that's question number one. Question number two, did you actually write the book, the story, that was a part of that collection that hit the USA Today bestsellers list back in September of 2017? Did you write any word, one sentence of that book you put in with that collection? Was any of that you? That's what I would really, really, truly like to know right now. The rest of us, that, yeah, I'm trying to find my nice words. This is why I don't like ghost written work. It screws the reader. The reader believes that they're getting a story from an author who is actually, whose name is on the book cover, whose name's in the description, a person who says, I wrote this book, only to find out they didn't. I think it hurts the readers because they want to know. Let me put it to you this way. Let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and I have sent you an email, and inside that email is a free book, okay? I haven't told you who wrote it. You have no idea who wrote it. Now, it's either going to be really awesome or it's going to suck. But either way, one of the questions you're going to ask yourself is, who wrote this? Right? You're going to want to know who wrote it. So you can either leave a review and say, oh my gosh, this book was beautiful. It was so well written. I totally enjoyed it. Or you want to know who wrote it so you can not buy their books again because it was so poorly written. Okay, those in my mind are the two first instinctual responses to that. So when you put yourself out there as an author, you by God better be writing the words. And I'm sure she was quite distressed when she woke up this morning to find out her work had been plagiarized, or her work was plagiarism. What about the authors who had their work stolen, either directly by you or someone you hired? What about Courtney Milan and Belle Andre and Tessa Dare and Michelle Pillow? What about them? How upset do you think they feel when they wake up and learn that the work they actually sat down and wrote was stolen by someone, either at Fiverr or you directly? We're going to let you have your little Fiverr story for a few minutes. How do you think they feel knowing that the work they poured their heart and soul into was stolen by you? How do you think that makes them feel? They did all the damn work. Now suddenly you're publishing left and right. Stolen work. And that's what plagiarism is. It's stealing. How do you think they feel right now knowing that you put your damn name on that cover? Doesn't matter if you wrote it or if you hired it out. You put your name on that cover. This is on you, Cristiane. Totally, 100% on you. Either you stole it directly or you hired someone who did steal it and you did not do your due diligence. You didn't. Did you bother to read it? Did you bother to run it through a plagiarism checker? You didn't do any of that. You could not have done that. Had you done your due diligence, you would have known immediately that all of these works that this Fiverr ghostwriter is sending you was plagiarized, stolen, out and outright stolen. I've got no sympathy for you right now. None whatsoever. Not an ounce. Because this is on you, darling. You're the one who did this. Put your name on. This is why I get so upset. People like me and Catherine Levesque and Tara Cromer and GPG, all my really good author friends, we sit down every freaking day of the week, 7 days a week, every day, and we write. This is not a joke. This is what we do for a living. We pour our heart and souls into each and every book that we write. That might sound cliche, but it's the God's honest truth. We want every book that we deliver to our readers to be as perfect as we can possibly get it, as beautiful as we can possibly get it, as wonderful as we can possibly get it for our readers. And then you have people like this Cristiane Serruya, or whatever the hell her name is, who steals work. Either she did it herself or she had it done, slaps her name on a freaking cover, and then goes around, I'm an author, I'm a lawyer, I'm an author, I'm a lawyer, I'm an author. Come on. Yeah, I'm pissed today. I'm really, really, really sorry. But this just really, honest to God, upsets me. This pisses me off more than the book stuffers and the book scammers. This pisses me off even more than Cockygate did. I have lots of words, and I'm trying really hard not to use them right now because they're not the kind of words you use in front of polite company. Yeah, Susan Thatcher says you don't have to do the work yourself unless you get caught. Okay, Noelle wants to know, okay, why have a ghostwriter? I don't know. What's the use of a ghostwriter? Well, I feel sorry for ghostwriters. Okay, there are some really good authors out there who are ghostwriters for a wide variety of reasons. One, they don't have the following that some authors do. Two, they just want to write the stories. They don't want to mess with covers. They don't want to mess with this, that, or the other. Three, they're really, really hungry. And trust me, I know what hunger's like, and I know that sometimes hunger is a great motivator. It'll get you to do things you might not normally have done. So there's lots of reasons why ghostwriters are out there. I feel sorry for the ghostwriters because the good ones, the legitimate ones, the ones who don't plagiarize, okay? Because they might get 50 bucks, they might get 100 bucks, they might get 200 bucks for a book, and that's it. Meanwhile, you've got scammers, and that's what I'm gonna call Cristiane, scammer. You got scammers like this person and all the others that we fought with all last summer who hire these damn ghostwriters, give them 200 bucks for a freaking book, put it into KU, and just scam the system and rake in the money. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the person who actually wrote the book, and it's definitely not fair to the readers because they don't know whose story they're getting. They don't know who actually wrote the book. And that's sad. And that's wrong. And that's one of the things that totally pisses me off. I'm going to try and read some comments. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there is a plagiarism checker, Lori. Yeah, you know, Arlene, yeah, trust me, my work gets stolen. I'm not going to be nearly as polite as Courtney Milan has been today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not anywhere near as nice. Yeah, gaming the system. That's exactly it, Susan. It's gaming the system. That's all it is. And as long as the system is gameable, okay, this crap's going to happen. I upload a book to Amazon, and they can tell me within 2 minutes exactly how many typos I might have. Normally, they're finding my dialect as typos, and they're not typos, but they've caught them once or twice. So within 2 minutes, they can tell me how many freaking typos I have. Yet crap like this gets through the system repeatedly. This is not the first time this has happened. That's why it's so sad. Anyway, I have no sympathy for Cristiane. She brought this on herself. She can apologize until she's blue in the face. But here's my point. You are in no way, shape, or form an author if you have not written any of the words that you stick into a book, slap your name on the cover, and sell. That does not make you an author. Hiring a bunch of ghostwriters, putting your name on the book cover, sending it out there into the world, into the universe, does not make you an author. It makes you a scammer. It makes you someone who has hired a bunch of authors to do the work for you. What makes an author is someone who sits down in front of that computer or in front of their iPad or their tablet, or they've got their notebook and pen, who sits down every single day and creates and fusses over and frets over every word of every sentence, of every paragraph, of every chapter, from start to finish. Sometimes it takes months to write a book. Shorter books can sometimes take weeks. But that's what makes an author. Not you. Not those of you who hire ghostwriters and never write a word of your own. That does not make you an author. It makes you a pain in my ass. Anyway, I just wanted to address that. I hope she sees this video. No, Cristiane, you don't have to reach out to me to talk about it because I'm too pissed off right now. And it wasn't me that you hurt, okay? It was Courtney Milan and Tessa Dare and Belle Andre and Michelle Pillow and the readers who bought those books thinking you had written them. You hurt the readers, you duped them, and you lied to them. That's who you hurt. You hurt the authors you stole from, and you hurt the readers who believed they were actually getting a Cristiane Serruya book. That's who you hurt. And then you hurt the rest of us emotionally because we're so sick and tired of crap like this happening. It just boggles my frickin' mind. Anyway, I'm going to go have a shot of whiskey because I really, truly need it today. And then I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to try and get some writing done. But yeah, share this video, please. Share the hell out of this video because I want everybody to be aware of what's going on. This is illegal. It's immoral. It's unethical. And she's trying to put the blame on the Fiverr author. Fiverr, my God, Fiverr. Everybody knows Fiverr is rife with thieves and scam artists. Why you would go there, I don't know. But this is a person who wanted to. She was probably more in love with the idea of being called an author than actually being an author. And I pray you do some soul searching, Cristiane. And I pray that you really have your come to Jesus moment and understand why we're all so upset. Please don't try to put the blame on other people. This lies solely at your feet. This is your fault. You're the one who hired the Fiverr ghostwriter. You're the one who put her name, your name on the book covers. You're the one who sent it out there. This is all on you. If you did not do your due diligence, if you truly hired somebody from Fiverr and you did not do your due diligence, still your fault. You have a duty to your readers to be honest with them. You have a duty to your readers to make sure that whatever they're getting is first of all not stolen. And people, this wasn't just 1 or 2 lines. Keep that in mind. This was not just 1 or 2 lines. This was passage after passage after passage. It was a blatant copy and paste. And I'm talking dozens upon dozens of whole paragraphs that were copied. So Cristiane, you had a due diligence to everyone, to your fellow authors, to your readers, to make certain that whatever this ghostwriter had written, I'm still not buying it. I just can't buy it right now. That this was the best possible work. If you're going to put your name on something, you, by God, better make sure, 1, that it's not stolen, and 2, that it's the best possible work you could put out there. That's all I've got to say on this for right now. I need to go calm the hell down. Thank you, Fiona. I appreciate that. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go calm down. I've got to go have some whiskey and then some coffee. And I want to write, you know, actually put my ass in front of the computer and actually think about the words that I'm going to put into that story and think about each scene and think about each interaction between my characters and think about the story arc and the plot and where it goes from point A to point B to point C to point D, you know, that kind of thing. What a real, true, honest to God author does. I'm not going to sit down and go, oh, let's go over to Fiverr and hire somebody to write this story for me. No, I'm not that kind of author, honey. I actually sit in my chair and I actually do the work. So that's what I had on my agenda today, was total writing day. I didn't want to do anything else, but my Twitter had blown up this morning because people were tagging me with Courtney Milan's tweets, and I'm just like, holy hell. And I knew I had to say something, because if I didn't, I was probably going to explode. So yeah, anyway, I love you all. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate you just letting me rant for a minute. Share this video with your friends so that they can be aware of what not to do, and so they can be aware that these problems are real and they do exist and they hurt a lot of people. Anyway, love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.